Hello everyone, it's Chantel from Crochet and welcome to this tutorial where I will be showing you how to crochet a headband. If you would like the written version of this pattern, please check out the description for more details. So the materials that you'll need include a 5mm crochet hook, some scissors, as well as a darning needle, bulky yarn in the color of your choice, as well as a tape measure. And please pause to read the terminology and abbreviations you will need to know for this tutorial. So to start, you are going to create a slip knot, and then you are going to chain the circumference of your head, going around the base of your head to the top of your forehead. You may wish to measure your head using the measuring tape, so you don't have to continuously wrap your yarn and chain around your head. And please keep in mind when creating your chain that you need to chain a multiple of 4. So either chain 60 stitches, 64, 68, etc. As well, it is likely that your crochet headband will stretch over time, so make sure that when you measure your chain, you are pulling it slightly tight. This way, when you put it on your head, it will fit snugly. For reference, my head measures about 21 inches around and I ended up chaining 64. As you can see, I was just rechecking to see if my chain was the correct length. And now, once your chain is your desired length, you are going to go along the length of your chain and then create a circle without any twists in the chain, and then into the first chain, you are going to do a slip stitch. And that is the loop of the headband created. And then we are going to get started on row 1. And for row 1, you are just going to chain 3, and that will count as your first double crochet. And then going into the next chain, you are going to do another double crochet. And then you are just going to repeat that process around, doing a double crochet into every single chain. So for me, since I had a total of 64 chains, I will do a total of 64 double crochets. One of these double crochets is the initial chain 3 that I made. And then once you have completed your double crochets, you are going to insert your hook into the third chain of your initial chain 3 and do a slip stitch to finish off the row. And then getting started on row 2, you are going to chain 3, and this will count as your first front post double crochet. And then to do a front post double crochet in the next stitch, you are going to insert your crochet hook behind the double crochet of the previous row while doing a double crochet. I will show that again in a second. We are just going to do a back post double crochet now. So, inserting your crochet hook in front of the double crochet, as you can see, wrapping the yarn around the hook first, and then going in front of the double crochet of the previous row, yarn over and pull through, and then finish off your double crochet as normal. Then going into the next stitch, because we have to do 2 back post double crochets, going in front of the double crochet of the previous row and doing a double crochet. Now quickly show you again how to do a front post double crochet, inserting your hook in behind the double crochet of the previous row. You're just going to make a standard double crochet. Please feel free to put the video in a slower format, so then this is easier to see. But ultimately what you will be repeating around is 2 front post double crochets and then 2 back post double crochets until you have completed the entirety of the row. And then once you have finished your last 2 back post double crochets, you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the initial chain 3. And then you are just going to repeat row 2 until you reach your desired width. As you can see, doing the first chain 3 for my first front post double crochet, doing a front post double crochet in the next stitch, then doing 2 back post double crochets in the next 2 stitches, and just repeating that process around. I ended up doing a total of 3 more rows of row 2. So in total, I had 5 rows, my initial row 1, and then 4 rows of the row 2 instructions. And then to finish off, you're going to insert your hook into the 3rd chain of your initial chain 3 and slip stitch into it. And then you are just going to cut your yarn and leave a tail. Be sure to pull the yarn tight to secure the knot. And this is what it should look like. Should be relatively stretchy, depending on the yarn you used. And then taking the end tails, I like to weave my ends through the back post only double crochets. It's important to weave in your ends to make sure that your project stays secure. If you ended up cutting the yarn right next to the knots that you made, your work may end up unraveling, so it's important to weave in the ends. And this also helps give a cleaner finish to your work. And then once you have finished weaving in the ends, you're just going to take your scissors and cut off the excess. And this is what your finished headband should look like. One of my favorite things about this pattern is how easy it is for it to be adjusted to any size, especially if you'd like to make them for a child as well as an adult as a matching set. If you have any questions regarding the pattern, please leave them in the comment section below. Once again, if you would like the written version of this pattern, please check out the description for more details. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.